Are you up for another Shake and Brew? It's time for a Shake N IPA, Shake N Citra IPA. I'm pumped. Let's just kick it. I'm DrHans. This is DrHans Brewery, my channel about beer and home brewing. Shake N IPA, one vessel brewing system again. So we're gonna brew, ferment, and serve in one vessel. Under pressure, keeping oxygen out. Today we will also be dry hopping, but today we're gonna do this a little bit differently because I lost a lot of brew footage because I suck at my job, but I do have an epic amount of B-roll, so I'm gonna run you through this. But I already tasted the beer because I recorded the outro for this video, and I can, spoiler alert, tell you that it's good. So stay to the tasting. Okay, so I use 500 grams of wheat DME and 500 grams of extra light DME. That's 1.1 pounds each. Directly into the keg, I used 350 grams of honey, and I used 100 grams of Moscato sugar to try to bump up the ABV a little bit more into IPA territory, and also to see if I could get some different flavors or maybe even some color out of that. I added some yeast nutrient to help out the yeast, and 33 grams of Citra went straight into the keg for bittering and flavor, of course. I also tried to get the zest out of one grapefruit, but I got too much of the pith because the peeler sucked, so I gave that up. I got maybe zest from half a grapefruit. On top of that, I added 1 liter of boiling hot water, and I gave it a really good shake and let that sit for about 7 minutes to give me an IBU of 50. Calculated IBU, of course. Then I topped that up to 8 liters of water in total and gave it a good shake and added 1 pack of Verdant yeast. I put my heating mat on and insulated my vessel. I put 15 psi of pressure on just to be able to dial in my spinning valve, and I set my heat controller to 23 Celsius. And next morning it was going crazy. And now let's time jump to the dry hop. 2 days into fermentation, we are about 48 hours plus. And I can see that... I can see that fermentation is slowing down, reading the activity here in the thermometer. And that means that it's time to dry hop. Hopefully this will go without a mess. I did cheat a little bit. I did lower this morning to about 10 psi, just because I can't really see what's happening in here. So hopefully this will go okay. This is 63 grams of Citra. It has been smelling really good in here. There's a lot of grouse in here. Let me see if I can get this in. I'm spilling some and I have some issues. Okay, it's foaming up, so we need to close it up. I got the most in. Whew. It's always a little bit dangerous dry hopping under pressure. I have a video that you must watch, at least the accident part of it. I will link down to it below, how to not dry up under pressure. I learned from my mistake, and you can learn from my mistake. Also, I want to put the spinning valve back on. I'm just gonna pressurize this a little bit. Set it to the pressure you want, then pressurize your vessel. Okay, dial this in 15 and then close it up. We are sitting at 22.5 Celsius. Bump up the temp. So this actually was set to 23. I will bump that up to 24. And I will continue to bump up the temperature little by little. Maybe tomorrow morning I will bump it up to 25 and end up like 26 or something. And there's a reason I'm doing it this way. Go and watch my deacetyl video. I will link to that video down below, deacetyl for dummies, why I'm dry hopping it now and why I bump up the temperature. If nothing goes wrong, I guess I'll see you at tasting. 2 weeks later, and it's time to taste it. And I have not cheated this time. Of course, I like to taste my beer as fast as possible, and I often do it behind the scenes for Patreon and channel members. But today, I have not tried it. I have not taken Ooh, that's heavy. Ooh. I'm not taking a gravity sample. Yes, I know, I'm lazy. We will do all of that together. If this sucks, you will be the first to know. No, I will be the first to know because I need to edit the video. That's not even the right, that one. Okay, at least we know that it's pressurized. Let me get this out. I'll pull some here to take a gravity reading. If you are measuring with the refractometer after fermentation, when alcohol has developed, alcohol makes the light bend differently, so you need to get the numbers into a calculator. Let's do an epic pour. Doctor, can you put some like porn music or something on? Nice, thank you. Okay, let's do this. I was worried that the, what did I use? The Moscato sugar were gonna like darken it too much. They're gonna look awful, but no, it's good. It is a little bit low on pressure now because I haven't pressurized this, so we ain't getting ahead, but you can fake that. We can build our own head. Everyone loves good head. Okay, so no greedy over pouring. This fermented really quickly, but you saw that hopefully in the dry hopping part of this video. Smells really nice. Soft fruit is hoppy, like a stone fruit, like a soft fruit. And what I mean with that, like, you know, like a papaya, mango, that sort of sensation. It looks amazing. Maybe also it's thumbnail opportunity. It looks amazing, and I think it looks as good on camera. It's hazy, it's yellow, it has a really nice white fluffy head and smells gorgeous. Let's dive in. Cheers. No off flavors, I think. It is a bit cold, but we'll let it heat up as we're doing with the sample here. Really fruity juice. I was afraid that we were getting some, like, that we were gonna pick up too much bitterness from the zest, because I got a lot of like white pith, but no, it actually has a great mouthfeel, but it's not like sweet or anything. I haven't any idea of the OG just yet. Let's check the final gravity. Oh, it's hard. It's a hard one. Sometimes you get that. Take another sample. 1025, but that's not the final gravity. You need to calculate that, but to calculate that I need to know the original gravity, and as I haven't edited the video yet, I can't remember. Doctor, can you get your shit together and calculate everything and put the FG, the OG and the ABV here? So we had an original gravity of 1054, and we took a gravity reading after fermentation with the hydrometer, and that was showing 1024. If we convert that to bricks, that's 6.3 bricks, and we look at the original gravity, that would give us a final gravity of 1007 and an ABV about 6.2%. Easy. I've seen people using the final gravity that they got from a refractometer, and they think that their beer ended up with high final gravity, but no, that needs to be calculated against the original gravity. Okay, it doesn't have, like, for me, like an IPA bite. It could use a little bit more bitterness, but it's not sweet at all, but it tastes more like a hazy pale ale to me. I have no like hop creep at all, but it's still very hoppy and fruity and juicy. I can't believe it's extract. What I've found from brewing extract beer is that if you base your beer on DME, dry malt extract, instead of using LME, liquid malt extract, you would get a much better beer. Much more like an all grain beer. You wouldn't believe that this was an extract beer. If you have tried the Shake and Brew, please let me know down in the comments. And if you haven't, Why? Give it a shot. And if you don't like it, blame me. Another Citra beer is the Zombie Dust. If you've seen that video with the epic intro, why don't you check out this beer with you instead? Cheers and thanks for watching. DrHans out.